If you are a lady and you want to be useful with your life, avoid these types of guys. If you know you are a lady and you really want to be somebody in life, you are serious with your life, avoid these types of guys. Avoid them. One of them is guys with vision but no drive. I know you have heard marry someone with vision, but I'm telling you now, if that guy with vision doesn't have drive, don't ever try it. These days we have a lot of storytellers. If you're dating him, he's telling you his plans. He wants to be the governor, he wants to be the president, he wants to build mansion, he wants to build this, he wants to build that, he wants to fly to Dubai. And then you're looking at him every morning, he's sleeping. He doesn't have anything tangible he's doing. He doesn't have any drive, nothing motivates him. You follow that person and you will die poor. Seriously. So one of the guys you should avoid if you really value your future is guys with vision that doesn't have drive. They are not self-motivated. One of the things that makes any guy somebody in life is self-driven confidence, self-driven motives. You don't need somebody else to motivate you. So if your guy is lacking self-motivation, be careful with such a guy. Such a guy will always be down. They will always have excuses why they are not succeeding. They will always have somebody to blame. They will always have somebody to call out. They never blame themselves. So avoid any guy that, no matter how sweet his vision is, if you notice that this guy doesn't have drive, nothing is not moving in that direction as he's speaking, run. They will just waste your time for nothing. That is when you end up with such a guy, you will be telling him, Shebi, you promised me this. Shebi, say you will do this. Shebi, go ahead. I don't know whether I don't become a Shebi. All right, so that's number one. Number two type of guy you should avoid is a guy that has a lot of female friends. If the guy you are dating has a lot of female friends, like his gang is women, hanging around women too much affects a guy. There is this thing about manliness that when you start spending enough time with women, it will affect your manliness. You can never compare the confidence of a guy who hangs around men, who hangs around guys, with that of a guy who hangs around women. You can never compare the confidence level. A guy who hangs around guys has higher level of confidence compared to a guy who spends most of his time with women. Go and check. So if your guy is always hanging around women, be careful. You are about to marry your fellow lady. Because listen, how do you know a guy who's already turning to a girl without knowing? When you and your boyfriend are already, maybe there was an issue on ground and then it's taking time to resolve. See, one thing with guys don't have time to keep malice. So if you and your boyfriend is keeping malice, then your boyfriend has been spending time with girls. So girls has influenced him with that. Guys don't have time for malice. If guys and guys have issue now, they settle it immediately. They don't keep malice. But you see, ladies, they do. So if your guy, both of you are keeping malice, be careful. Be careful, because that is how it will be in your marriage. So any guy that spends time with women, there is something it does to the man. I might not be able to explain. One of them is that he will learn how to keep malice. His confidence level will drop compared to a guy that spends time with his fellow guys. So be careful of those kind of guys. Number three, any guy that has no job. Number three kind of guy I want to avoid is a guy that has no job. It doesn't matter how handsome, how tall or short the guy is. If he has no job, you don't have to date him. Reason being that it will frustrate you, because no matter how we preach against guys spending so much money on their girlfriend, but we still know that relationship demands money. Even you as a girl, if you don't have a job, don't even go for a relationship. So before you even go for a relationship, you should have something doing. Even as a girl, talk more as a guy. So if a guy doesn't have any job, don't allow romance keep you with let him get a job first. Let him get a job first. Right? So the next kind of guy you should avoid dating if you really value your future, if you really want to be somebody, is a guy that has bestie as a woman. If your guys or the guy you want to date, the best friend is a lady, it's not really good, because at the end of the day you will always feel cheated. You always feel that the guy is not serious with you, because this best friend of his will always take more of his time than you will, because this is already the best friend. So before he will even open up to you, it will take time. I don't know if you have that patience to be waiting. So guy that keeps best friend, a woman best friend, is not, don't rely on him. Anything can solve. And best friend can easily fall in love. Even though they don't want to accept it, they can easily fall in love without knowing, and then they find themselves talking to each other more. It will affect you, no matter how you want to pretend, no matter how godly you think you are, it will. So I don't think it's nice for you. I'm just looking out for my sisters here. The next guy I want you to avoid is a guy that doesn't believe in growth. Don't ever date a guy that doesn't believe in growth. If your guy doesn't read books, no seminars, no plan for personal growth, the way you met him 2 years, that's where he is now. He's not growing, it's just that place. There's no growth, there's no hunger for higher things of life. What are you doing with such a guy? Is that how you want to plan your family life? No growth, nothing. Run from such a level. And the last but not the least, the kind of guy I want you to avoid is any guy that thinks that is doing you a favor being your friend, that is doing you a favor dating you. You don't need a guy that will see you as somebody that is doing a favor for. So if a guy is thinking that he's doing you a favor, avoid such a guy. Nobody's doing anybody a favor. So any guy that thinks that he's doing you a favor, avoid such a guy. Alright, so I hope this really helps you. Don't forget to subscribe and like.